What's going on, Paprikas? It's SGZ here from the SpartanGameZone, and in this video we'll be diving deep into the most powerful shield in Borderlands 3 and what makes it so good. This shield will increase your damage more than any other, but you need to be using the right type of weaponry. I'll be explaining what that is, where you can get this shield, explain what it does, and how you can get the most out of it. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you could drop a like, subscribe if you don't want to miss the next one, or you could even follow me on Twitter, and let's crack into it. So the shield we're covering today is the Infernal Wish, which is exclusive to Arms Race as part of the Designer's Cut in Season Pass 2. It can be dropped anywhere there, but does have an increased chance to drop from this chest room. If you have seen any of my one-shot clips and wondered what shield I was using for them, then chances are it's this one. As long as you have some charge in it, your gun will fire an extra projectile. It's like Zane's playing dirty skill, but everyone can get a little muddy. Testing here with the light show, you'll notice 4 bullet holes without it equipped as you'd expect, but with it on, that 4 becomes 5 for a nice 20% increase in damage. That's decent, but using it with the right guns like a Plague Bearer for instance, will straight up double your damage, no questions asked, as you fire an extra orb free of charge. What makes this shield is the fact that the extra projectile gets all that wonderful damage scaling and will help stack skills twice as fast. It's not like the Revolter, which only adds 200% damage as shock damage. You get everything, double splash damage, double elemental damage, double gun damage. You get it all. Even with the 50% fire rate boost of the Revolter, the Infernal Wish will always trumpet for DPS when used with single projectile weapons. If that wasn't enough, you can even farm for a double amp roll, which will give you 50% bonus amp damage on top of everything, which is absolutely insane and will maximize your one-shot potential. I don't have one, but I wish I did. Not only is the damage great, but you're not wasting ammo. Your mag lasts the same amount of time as it normally would, it just holds twice the power. It works best with things like launchers and sniper rifles, but you can even use it with the plasma coil, a terminal crit, or anything that fires the 1 bullet or even 2, but the damage bonus does start to drop off after that. It can make some weapons pretty darn spectacular, especially those with unlisted projectiles. And I know what you're thinking, but sadly it doesn't work with the flipper. That doesn't matter though when you have legendaries like the Mongol, which will have you calling in your very own meteor strike on unsuspecting foes. There's also the Craps, Storm, Firestorm, of course the Backburner and Plague Bearer, and even the Shocker, among plenty others. There are so many weapons in the game that get to a new level of crazy with the Infernal Wish equipped. And that's what makes it my favourite shield. Nothing can compete with the carnage it can cause. Unlike the Revolter, it does have one glaring downside which might put you off, but I'm hoping it doesn't. Using anything that results in continuous fire will see you light up like a Cuban cigar. Firing for any length of time grants a stacking chance of self-combustion, which also grows stronger the longer you're on fire. It's safe to say that you will enter fight for your life sooner or later if you don't give that trigger finger a breather. You can mitigate that by grabbing some lifesteal either from a gun that has it built in, or speccing into a skill which both Zane and Amara have available. On Moze you can make your shield massive, which is what I was able to do with my Mitosis Moze build, and that works an absolute treat. Here's the skill tree for it, and if you're after more, there is a full build video on the channel. For Flak there isn't much you can do unfortunately if you want to go down the fully automatic route, but they're great with semi-automatic weaponry anyway, so you won't be missing out on too much there. You may think that that burn effect can trigger an elemental projector artifact, and if it could, oh man, but it can't. It's all negative, so if you want to avoid it, just stick to slower paced guns. Overall, this shield is fantastic and is a must-have for every Vault Hunter serious about dealing damage. To summarize, if you're looking for weapons to pair with it, semi-automatic and slow-firing single-bullet weapons are great in all situations. For boss fights, all guns are on the table too, as they'll generally be over by the time you burn yourself to death. but for mobbing it's best to avoid fully automatic weaponry unless your build supports it. So that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, learned about the Infernal Wish, and got everything you need to make the most out of this shield. If you did, consider dropping a like or subscribing, and I'll catch you in the next one.